Before we get started with the video, I just wanted to ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell, like and share the video, and leave a comment down below. Please do, by the way, because I actually do respond to all of those myself. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Mike and this is Mike's After Action Reviews, and today we are doing our very first product review. So, this is the After Action review for the OIVO PS5 cooling stand with controller charger. Okay, everybody, so here is the stand. It comes in a couple of different parts, basically two main parts. Here's the front and here's the back. And then you have a spacer, which is for the digital version of the PS5 because it's a little bit smaller. So with the back piece, it goes in there. We'll go over that in a minute. And then you have all of the different connectors. So you have a power cable, which connects to the PS5's power source, because the cooling stand itself does not have its own power source. It runs off the PS5. And then you have 4 dongles. These are actually really nice. They fit right into the PS5 controllers here, allowing you, so you put it on like that, and then that allows you to put them into the charging docks. If you don't have those, it can sit there, but it doesn't actually charge your PS5 controller. So you get 4 of those, and I actually was a little bit confused when I first did this. So if you have one of these and you're like, what the heck is going on here? How come I can't charge it? That's why. Okay, so the main purpose of the cooling stand here that we're using today is to set your PS5 horizontally. I personally, as a streamer, like having a vertical setup so that way everybody can see my console. Like I have my hammer here and it sits like this. If I set the hammer on its side, it doesn't look as nice. But depending on, the setup that you have and the space available, like maybe you're going to set the PS5 on a shelf or, under a TV stand or a computer stand, something like that, you may need it to be horizontal for space. I think that that's a great idea. Also, being able to, including the charging dock so you're able to charge your PS5 controllers, I like that. You free up some space using the PS5's own power supply rather than having, its own cord. That's great. And I really do appreciate the spacer for, so you can use this with both the digital and the disc version of the PS5. So, purpose, really awesome. One last thing to mention, though. This is a cooling stand, so it has some fans in here that actually connect to some vents on the PS5. The PS5, to my understanding, with all of the time I've played it and used it and stuff, it has a fine cooling system, and the fan here it's not that it's a bad idea, but it's not like anybody needs to hurry up and run out and get a fan for the PS5 to make sure that it's cool. It's just kind of a redundant system, but again, not a bad idea. And, for the value we're getting here, I wouldn't say that it doesn't like ruin anything to pay what you pay for to get a fan along with the charger and the stand itself. Okay, so then going into durability of the product, I would say that this is actually industry standard. So I'm going to bring up the PS5 here and show you. So you guys, if you have a PS5, there's no reason you wouldn't have a PS5 if you're buying this stand. So this right here, this material is basically the same as this material. So this is either at or above industry standards. As far as I can see, I've had the product now for about a week and a half, and I've been checking it out, and I'm really happy with the way it looks, feels, and how durable it is. It's not cheap. It doesn't feel like a cheap knockoff product or anything like that. So yeah, I think that it's durable and it'll last. I like the little dongles rather than having cords, because the more cords you have, the more likely you are to break the connections and have an issue with durability. And then this one is really short, this little short cord, so that way you don't have an issue again with durability. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I think that that's fine. One Excuse me, I'll put it there. So, moving forward to price, I'm sure that it's going to differ depending on like taxes and things like that, but I paid $34.99 for this. I think that for a horizontal stand, if you're looking for that, I think that is a fair price. Basically industry standard, and like I said, for what you get the 2 chargers and all that stuff, and it's a good product. I would say that the value here is pretty good. So we're going to put this into place here so you can see how it works, and then we're going to move on to our final review score after that. So basically, one thing that I will say about the setup here is that this comes in 2 pieces, and when we talk about, like, I wouldn't even say so much durability, but one thing that is nice is that, like, the back piece fits here. Now, if this was a disc version, the back, I have the disc version. Excuse me. If this was the digital version, the back piece would be a little bit thinner. So when I go to put this on, it would actually, there would be like a little free space here. So you would put the spacer in there for that. But I have a disc version, so I don't need this. I'm gonna end up putting it right back in the box when we're finished here. So you're going to set this up. You're going to put this here. Just kind of slips onto the edges of the PS5 that you can see, like these little edges, slips right on there. Okay, and it has a little pad there. And it actually, if you're used to the PS4, the PS3, it actually looks like the PS5 is upside down. That was a new thing when I was putting in the discs and stuff with the PS5. So you put that on there. Okay, and then you're going to need a flathead screwdriver because it actually screws in, okay? Okay, so once you have that screwed on there, you're done with your screwdriver because this piece actually has little grooves right along here in the front that actually fit right along the lip, the little grooves here of the PS5. So you put this on here, okay, and it just slips on there. All right. So now you've done that, then you take your connector. Let me just set this here for a second. Then you're going to take your connector. So you have the PS5 hooked up. I'm going to move the box so you guys can see it a little bit better. So you have the PS5 hooked up, almost ready to go here. You're going to take this little connector. There is a slot. You put that in there. There is a slot. You put it in here. Okay, so now you basically have universal USB'd your PS5 cooling stand to the PS5 there. All right, this button, now I don't have this plugged in, but this button turns on. There's a light that comes across here and a light that indicates that it's on here, and that's the fan. Even without that button pressed and the light being on, you can still charge your PS5 controllers. Okay, so this was the point I was getting at here. This side has a screw. This side does not, so if I put the PS5 controller in there, that's fine. But then when I go to lift this, you can see it is quite flimsy, like it does bend a little bit. It's not an issue because it's a horizontal stand. It's not like a real issue because it's a horizontal stand. It's just one improvement that I would say that would just make it, I don't know, maybe even a little bit easier to move around with, is that if they were to take the stand itself and maybe have a plastic piece that came across here, and then if you were to have the PS5 stand, when you take it out, it's like this, and then you go, and then lock it into place or something. I don't know, just like a little, basically a telescopic extender. That was something that I immediately thought of and was like, oh, that would definitely be an improvement for the product. But that's not like really a real issue. It's just a little thing. It's not really a critique, I should say, of the product. It's just a thing that I think, oh, that'd be really cool. But then again, with doing stuff like that, you're going to be paying a little bit more money. And I think that we are getting a fair price for what we're getting. We've gotten a fair price for where we're going to be getting here buying this product. Okay, so moving on kind of to my final statement and review score, I think that the OIVO cooling stand with the two PlayStation 5 controllers, horizontal stand here, I give it a rating of above average. So it's 1 thumb up above average. And like I said, price, industry standard, durability at or above industry standard, and it's just really nice to be able to have 2 PlayStation 5 controllers. Now, I will tell you, I have a Sony PlayStation 5 controller charger that I bought myself. It has 2 controller chargers, and that alone cost as much as this whole stand, which has its own 2 chargers. And it does this does save you some space because it runs off of the PS5's power source rather than having to plug it in yourself. So overall, I think that it's a great product for anybody who would, like I said, want to put their PS5 horizontally on a shelf or a desk or something. Myself personally, I do vertical only because, well, like a big part of it is because I'm a streamer, so I want people to be able to see my awesome PS5. Yeah, so I definitely recommend this for anybody who wants to have a horizontal stand, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. This is our very first product review, so if you like this, make sure to leave a comment down below and give me a thumbs up. I'll respond to all the comments, and I really appreciate the likes. But that's all I've got for you today, guys. I do want to thank you all for watching and just say God bless you all and have a good day.